You find me in the Millennium Garden, and right next to this plaque here for the Women's Land Army. That's not the subject of today's video, but it's related in a small way. It's to do with volunteers. And there's two names that come up when you look at Coggeshall history, both with the same surname. And the surname is Harris. And you've seen the title of the video. Yes, I'm going to talk about the first ever Dad's Army. For those of you who are unaware of what I mean by Dad's Army was a British television sitcom about the United Kingdom's Home Guard during the Second World War. It was written by Jim Perry and David Croft and originally broadcast on BBC from the 31st of July 1968 to the 13th of November 1977. It ran for 9 series and 80 episodes in total. A feature film was released in 1971. A stage show and radio version based on the television scripts were also produced. The series regularly gained audiences of 18 million viewers and is still shown internationally. So, what about the first ever Dad's Army, I hear you ask? Well, during the Napoleonic Wars, Coggeshall was required to raise a company of men for the defence of the country. This they did, although the Coggeshall volunteers famously consisted of 20 officers and only 3 privates. One resident of the town, the schoolmaster Thomas Harris, was so amused by the situation he was inspired to write a short satirical play entitled The Coggeshall Volunteer Corps. In the play, he lampooned the surfeit of officers, as the corps at present consists mostly of officers, no more will be admitted. But should any neighbouring corps be in want of a few, it may be accommodated at the rate of 1 officer for 1 private. And in every dozen so exchanged, an officer will be thrown in extra. God save the King. The quality of the troops and the courage of their commanders in the event that the nearby town of Colchester was invaded.
Don't panic! Don't panic! Don't panic!
The corps would move to defend Braintree, and if Braintree were to be attacked,
Don't panic! Don't panic!
they would move to defend Colchester. The play was so popular it reached 4 editions. Unfortunately, despite Harris' insistence that it was not so, many of the town's citizens believed that they were being personally caricatured, and then, taking offence, withdrew their children from his school. But it's funny. If you look at the play, it is a comedy based on the fact that the volunteer corps was made up of 3 privates and the rest of the people were all officers. And this was in a time when it was possible, if you signed up to join the military, you could, for a sum of money, become an officer. And I'm sure that's the case. The second member of the famous Coggeshall Harris family is Amelia Harris. And here's her story. In the Coggeshall History website, it says this about Amelia Harris, a remarkable Coggeshall woman. Amelia was the wife of an officer's servant and accompanied her husband through several campaigns, with Wellington culminating in the Battle of Waterloo. On the eve of the battle, she slept on the field with her son, and on the morning following the first day of the battle, she and her husband breakfasted on raw meat, seated upon a dead horse and surrounded by the slain. Amelia Harris died in Coggeshall in April 1879 and retained her faculties to the end. She was 92, and the entry in the Coggeshall Burial Board Register of the 27th of April 1879 notes that she, her husband and their 3 children were all at the Battle of Waterloo. If you found the video interesting, please do the usual, and of course I will see you in another video. Stay safe.